So in this reaction,
Welcome, sir.
while adding sulfuric acid in the lab, if we don't care, or while we are talking and adding sulfuric acid, all of a sudden the solution jumps out and it may harm. So this is the here we have to add few drops of concentrate sulfuric acid, and this reaction is like that, just like we are adding water in hot oil. That type of reaction, not up to that extent, but it is some up to some extent. It is like that. Water is added to hot oil, then some smell, some sounds are coming, like that type of reaction here. In this case, OH coming out from carboxylic and H from alcohol. This is verified by X-ray and so many other techniques. So the product is like this: minus H2O comes out, dehydration reaction. Here R, C, O, and here is OR dash. It is an ester. This process is called esterification. Okay, the reaction is simple, and if anyone student is able to prepare ester, the whole lab full of this smell of the ester, and everyone is thinking that I have done this experiment. It is actually like that. Okay, interesting experiment. So we have to go for its mechanism. Somewhat multi-step mechanism. That's why uh, be careful while writing this. The reaction is like that. Step 1. We can write in steps. We can write directly starting from one reactant to the end. In that way, we can write. There is no need to write step 1, step 2, step 3. Sometimes we are merging 2, 3 steps together. So steps are not needed. What is the reaction here? R, C, O, OH, carboxylic acid. First, it is going to protonate. It combines with H positive provided by the sulfuric acid. Here oxygen having two lone pairs, here oxygen also having lone pairs. So this hydrogen is attached to the double bonded oxygen, where oxygen has lone pair and H positive, lack of an electron. That's why it joins and it forms protonated carboxylic acid. Here is double bond OH, positive charge here with a lone pair, and here is OH. This is the step 1. All steps are reversible except the last one. Here it is going to change into this pi electrons shifted towards oxygen. Here pi electron, here is oxygen having positive charge. That's why this pi electron shifted towards oxygen and going to form another compound, another intermediate. It is ROH, and here is O bond H, and here is positive charge. Positive charge is like that. Okay. Then this positive charge carbon is attacked by alcohol. That's why I'm going to take in another step. Step 2. Here is RCOH. Here is OH. Positive charge over carbon, and it is attacked by this oxygen of alcohol. This alcohol having lone pairs, oxygen having lone pairs. Now this electron is approaching towards the carbon, which is positively charged. And this is going to form another intermediate, R bond C. Here is OH. Here is a OH also present here, and this joined to alcohol. Here is H. Here is R dash. Only one lone pair here. Okay, better. This is the another intermediate. Then there is proton transfer. This H positive is transferred from here to this side. Proton transfer takes place. And in this proton transfer, this shared electron shifted towards oxygen. And this H positive, it joins to the OH. And it forms another intermediate. Here is R bond C. Here is OH. And here is OH2 and positive charge here. Here is OR dash. Okay. So another one, We can take step 3, or we can write in continuation manner. Step 3, are you able to see this? Okay. No, I have to write somewhere upside. You can't see this step. So let me write here. This is the step 3. In step 3, this R, C, here is OH, lone pairs, and here is OH2, positive charge, and here is OR dash. Okay, so this electron shifted to this side, were shifted to this side, and this OH2 comes out in the form of H2O, and going to form here R bond C, here is double bond OH, and here is OR dash. This oxygen has pair of electrons, and here is also this pair of electron, one pair with the positive charge. Because the pi electron shifted toward this side, here is the positive charge over oxygen. Finally, it is going to change into this H positive comes out from here after shifting, after releasing its electron towards oxygen. And here is, we can write minus H2 at this stage. And here is R bond C, double bond O, and here is OR dash, lone pairs, and here the lone pairs, and plus H positive. Plus H positive is the final reaction. So these are the various steps of esterification. Let me take once again. First, a protonation of carboxylic acid takes place. The proton is provided by concentrate sulfuric acid. This proton joins to the oxygen, where oxygen has pair of electrons, and it becomes like OH. This is the protonated carboxylic acid. This step we can also mention here, protonation. This is the protonation step. Reaction starts with this protonation. After that, the shifting of charge takes place. This oxygen, the pi electron shifted towards oxygen. That's why the positive charge develop over the carbon after shifting the pi electrons. Then this positive charge, carbon, attacked by alcohol, where this type of attack takes place. This type of arrow we have to mention. This pi electrons is responsible. This lone pair of electrons responsible in this joining. This carbon joins with oxygen by means of this covalent bond, and here the positive charge transfers somewhere. Where the positive charge? This positive charge, okay, here the positive charge is missing. Positive charge come over this oxygen, and after that this shared electron transfer towards oxygen because it has the positive charge. Now positive H positive joined to the OH, and it becomes OH2 positive. Here the positive charge over oxygen. See that everywhere there should be one positive charge except the first step. Here H positive charge is joining, where all intermediates carrying positive charge. Finally, this OH, here the pi electron transfer toward this side, and this pi electron, this lone pair of electron is available from here, and this sigma electron transfer to this oxygen side. It comes out in the form of H2 after breaking the bond, and positive charge arise over this oxygen. Since H is there, that's why H transfer its shared electron towards oxygen, and finally we get ester and hydrogen ion free for further esterification process. This is the mechanism, and sometimes it is asked in the exams, and this is a 3 marks question. What is esterification? Then we have to give the reaction and write its mechanism. These are the various steps of mechanism of esterification. Okay, beta, any step is not clear here? Yes, it is clear to you? Aman, ठीक है बेटा? Okay, so this is the important mechanism. 2-3 mechanism in your syllabus. Take care. They are asking at least one mechanism in the exam. Generally, they are asking. Okay. So this is the one property, esterification. And next, this is the property of B type. where OH of carboxylic acid involved in the reaction. Now the C type of reaction, where complete COOH participate in the reaction. C type reaction, reactions involving COOH, carboxylic group. Only some limited reactions, no more important difficult reaction. Important reactions are there, but so easy. This is the reactions involving COOH. Some reactions are, one is the important reaction is decarboxylation. Decarboxylation. 11th class we have discussed about this. We can prepare alkane from sodium salt of carboxylic acid. Sodium salt of carboxylic acid is taken, that is called decarboxylation. And here is RCOONA. Sodium salt of carboxylic is heated with soda lime. Soda lime is the mixture of NaOH and CaO, and it is heated. The mixture of NaOH and CaO is called soda lime. CaO, actually its role is, NaOH is hygroscopic. It absorbs moisture from the atmosphere. The CaO, it prevents this process. It checks the process of absorption of water, so that NaOH is not going to be moisted. And the process here, COO from here and NaO from here. See that only H is involved in this reaction from here, and join this H is joining to the alkyl group. It forms RH. RH is the alkane. RH plus Na2CO3, sodium carbonate. Since this carboxylic group is going out in this process, that's why it is called decarboxylation. D means removal of carboxylic group. Here this carboxylic group salt is taken, sodium salt is taken, that's why it is decarboxylation process. In this process, whatever hydrocarbon, this is alkane, whatever alkane is obtained, the number of carbon atoms in that alkane is decided by this alkyl part. If it is CH3CONA, we get CH4. Means there is one carbon short. That carbon is coming out in the form of sodium carbonate. Here 2 carbon in the carboxylic acid, its sodium salt is going to form 1 carbon alkane. So sometimes we use this step during stepping down the series, decreasing the carbon atoms. This can be used to step down reaction, where the carbon atoms are going to reduce. This is the one called decarboxylation. This R, I can write one specific example, CH3COONA, sodium acetate, sodium salt of acetic acid, that's why sodium acetate plus NaOH in presence of CaO, calcium oxide and heat. In the same way, this type of practice we can have, this rounding up. It makes us somewhat, the reaction becomes easier to make the product. Here it becomes CH4 plus Na2CO3. Here is Na2CO3, sodium carbonate. Okay, better? This is called decarboxylation. D means removal of carboxylic group. That's why it is decarboxylation. Okay. Second reaction is coal-base electrolysis. Coal-base reaction or coal-base electrolysis. Coal-base electrolysis. And in this coal-base electrolysis, we are going to take sodium or potassium salt of the compound. Coal-base reaction we have studied in phenol. There we have taken sodium salt of phenol. Everywhere when we take a coal-base reaction or coal-base electrolysis, we go for either sodium salt or potassium salt of the compound. That is the property, that is the unique feature of this coal-base reaction. We are going to take sodium salt of carboxylic acid, its water solution, and we are going to pass electric current. Electric current. Electrolysis means we are going to pass electric current. This is going to break into Na positive. This Na positive attracted by one electrode, negative electrode, that is cathode, and this RCO attracted by positive electrode, anode, where it is again going to break into two parts. And finally, it is going to join in this way. R alkyl group is free at anode due to breaking up the alkyl and carbon bond, and alkyl groups joined together forms R and R plus. This COO comes out in the form of CO2, carbon dioxide, to CO2 plus. Actually, Na is not going to electrolyze. This we have studied, discussed in electrolysis. Electrolysis of aqueous solution of the salt. Water can be oxidized, water can be reduced. At cathode, here instead of sodium, water is going to reduce. So this water is going to change into hydrogen and NaOH, sodium hydroxide. Hydrogen gas is evolved. So these two gases, R and CO2, they are obtained at anode. At anode, and hydrogen gas is obtained at cathode. This is the reaction. And this RR is alkane. In both the cases, we are going to get alkane in decarboxylation and by Kolbe's electrolysis. And there is a small difference. Here carbon, number of carbon atoms decided by alkyl group. Here also number of carbon decided by alkyl group, but it becomes twice of carbon atoms in this alkyl group. Here the carbon atom is similar to the alkyl group. We can go for a specific reaction. CH3COONA plus H2O, its water solution is electrolyzed. Electric current is passed. We are going to get CH3 bond CH3. See that here. The CH3, this alkyl part is having one carbon. That's why we are going to get CH3. CH3, ethane plus NCO2 plus H2, 2CO2 plus H2 plus NaOH. Reaction is not balanced. Hydrogen we have to balance. Please check that the twice of this. This is the reaction of Kolbe's electrolysis. Kolbe's reaction coming second time. First in phenol and the second time properties of phenol, and here the second time in properties of carboxylic acid. Okay, beta. These are the two reactions where carboxylic group participate. That's why it is called reactions involving carboxylic group. One more reaction in the same. Here another reaction is reduction. Reduction. Conversion point of view, this is important. Reduction. Reduction two types. One is called partial reduction and another is complete reduction. Partial and complete reduction. Two types of reduction. Partial reduction. Here the first one is partial reduction. Carboxylic acid, RCOOH, carboxylic acid, is going to reduce by reducing agent like LiAlH4. It is one of the very good reducing agent, lithium aluminium hydride. This can also be reduced by B2H6 diborane plus diborane and THF. THF is the solvent, tetrahydrofuran. Tetrahydrofuran is like this. This is an ether, cyclic ether. This is the tetrahydrofuran. Furan is this compound. This compound is called furan. You are unable to see. Okay, let me write somewhere else. This compound is heterocyclic compound. It is called furan. Tetrahydro, when it is hydrogenated, pi bonds are broken and 4 hydrogen atoms join to this. That's why this compound is called tetrahydrofuran. Since it is an ether, somewhat polar also, less reactive, that's why it is one of the good solvent. Here THF is tetrahydrofuran, that is the THF is used as solvent. Anyway, by reducing LiAlH4 or with the V2H6, we are going to get alcohol. It gives RCH2OH plus H2O. One oxygen is coming out in the form of H2O. One oxygen is remain there. That's why it is called partial reduction. Complete oxygen is not going to be removed. That's why it is partial. If it is CH3COH, going to combine with the LiAlH4, LiAlH4. We can also mention here hydrogen. Number of hydrogen, how many hydrogens needed? 4H. 4H can be written plus 4H. Please check whether 4H or more. It is going to form CH3, CH2, OH plus H2O. Carboxylic is converted into alcohol. When we convert alcohol into carboxylic, that is called oxidation process by oxidizing agent, normal oxidizing agent. Now the reverse reaction, carboxylic into alcohol, that is the by partial reduction. Okay, and this is the condition. Second reduction is complete reduction. Complete reduction. Then what should be the product of complete reduction? When all oxygen coming out from the carboxylic, it is going to change into alkane. Now carboxylic we are going to change into alkane by complete reduction. We have seen previously carbonyl compounds like aldehyde, ketones, both can be reduced into alkane. Here the third compound of this lesson, carboxylic compound, carboxylic acids, they are also going to change into alkane by reduction process. So all in this lesson, aldehyde, ketone, carboxylic acid, they all can be reduced into alkane. A reducing agent is there also we have used same reducing agent HI, that RCOOH combines with HI in presence of red phosphorus which removes the iodine. What is the reaction going on? This oxygen and this oxygen along with hydrogen comes out. Sufficient number of hydrogen join to the compound. It forms R bond CH3 plus H2O, 2H2O, 2 oxygen, 2H2O plus 3I2. 4 here and 2 here, 6, that is balanced. So this is the complete reduction where carboxylic acid is converted into alkane. Another specific reaction, CH3COOH plus 6HI in presence of red phosphorus and heat, it gives number of carbon atoms 2. That's why 2 carbon alkane is obtained. Here it is CH3 bond CH3 plus 2H2O plus 3I2. This is alkane. This reduction is carboxylic acid into alkane, and second one is ethane. So this is the reduction process, carboxylic acid. These are the reactions where COH of carboxylic acid participate. Okay, beta. And the final reaction, the last reaction, where alkyl group and aryl group participate in the reaction. That is D type of reaction. So while studying the properties, first we should clarify that this is the which type of reaction, A, B, C, D. This helps us a lot. A means only this part of the compound is going to involve. B means this part is going to involve. That is the one way of classification. In this way, we have to classify while studying. So D type of reaction is reactions involve reactions due to alkyl R and aryl AR group of carboxylic acid. When we discuss about the aromatic compounds, means this is the end of this topic almost. Okay. First reaction because of the alkyl group, and only one reaction is there, and very famous reaction, name reaction. Name is difficult, but reaction is quite easy. Three scientists jointly they have proposed this reaction, and this is called halogenation. And this halogenation was given by three scientists: Hell, Wohlhard, Zielinski. In bracket HVZ reaction. HVZ reaction, very famous with this abbreviation HVZ reaction. What is HVZ reaction? Name is difficult, but reaction is quite simple. It is simply hydrogen of alpha carbon is replaced by halogen. Carboxylic acid having alpha hydrogen. The condition is the carboxylic acid must have alpha hydrogen. If there is no alpha hydrogen, there is no reaction. Whatever alpha hydrogen is there, they all are being replaced by halogen during the reaction. We are going to get halogenated carboxylic acid. That is HVZ reaction. What is the reaction here? See that. See, I am taking a specific one. CH3COOH. The carbon to which carboxylic group is attached, that carbon is called alpha carbon. This carbon is alpha carbon. 3 alpha hydrogen atoms are there. That's why this reaction will be a 3 steps reaction. It is going to combine with chlorine, Cl2, in presence of P4, red phosphorus. This one hydrogen along with one Cl comes out in the form of HCl. It is also required, comes out in the form of HCl, and the compound becomes chloroacetic acid, CH2COOH. Okay. Now, what is the purpose? What is the role of this reaction? This compound can be converted into varieties of other compounds. Like the Cl can be replaced by Cn, by KCN. We can replace the Cl by Cn. We get Cn. This Cn CH2COH, then Cn can be converted into amino group. Cn can be converted into carboxylic group. If Cn is converted into carboxylic group, that is called malonic acid. This acetic acid can be converted into malonic acid. Malonic acid is CH2COH and CH2COH here. 3 carbon carboxylic. CH2 having 2 COH. One COH here and another COH. At the place of Cl we can join COH. This is malonic acid. Acetic acid into malonic acid, upgradation of a carboxylic acid. In that reaction it is useful. Okay. So it is going to combine with chlorine in presence of P4 minus HCl, because 2 more beta hydrogen available. They all are going to replace by Cl. Then we get Cl bond CH. Here is Cl, here is COOH. Okay, then third step, final step, because one more H is there, it is going to combine with Cl2 in presence of red phosphorus, and it forms Cl, C, Cl, Cl, COOH. Minus HCl we can write, or finally we can write plus HCl. This is called chloroacetic acid, dichloroacetic acid, and trichloroacetic acid in the compound. This is Hell-Wohlhard-Zielinski reaction. Okay. If it is like this, R bond CH2 bond COH, this carbon is alpha carbon, and this steps proceeds through 2 steps only, because 2 alpha hydrogen atoms are available, and accordingly we get the product. So in this reaction, the condition is alpha hydrogen should be there. If there is no alpha hydrogen, there is no such reaction. Beta hydrogen cannot be replaced in this reaction. Okay. So this is the reaction. See that the reaction is quite simple, but name Hell-Bollard-Zielinski. The name is quite difficult, but it is very easy to remember. HVZ reaction, Hell-Bollard, a difficult name. It means it may be this type of reaction. So they are asking to write note about this reaction, Hell-Bollard-Zielinski reaction. Okay, beta. So this is the one reaction where alkyl group going to participate, going to involve itself. That is especially alpha carbon where hydrogen atoms present. The another reaction is reactions due to benzene ring. Reactions due to benzene ring. And here the simple reaction. This is called electrophilic substitution reaction. The coming group comes joining in the form of electrophile. It is electron deficient or it is having positive charge and joining to the carbon where electron density is higher. That is called electrophilic substitution. Hydrogen is replaced from that carbon of benzene ring which has more electron density. Electrophiles are joining. Electrophiles are going to remove hydrogen from the ring. So decide it. At which carbon? Here is COH. Electrophiles are going to join at orthopara carbon or metacarbon. And we are knowing
Meta
it
carbon.
is a meta-directing group. Yes, beta, it is meta-directing group because the COH having multiple bonds, C double bond O. Instead of donating electron pairs to the ring, it is withdrawing electrons paired from the ring. And in that way, alpha, ortho and para carbon atoms are being affected. They acquire positive charge. As the positive charge develop at ortho carbon here due to withdrawal of electron by COH group, or positive charge develop at this carbon or this carbon. Therefore, electron density is low at these carbon atoms and metacarbon having greater electron density as compared to orthopara. Therefore, it is orthopara directing. In both the condition, whether it is electron pairs donated to the ring or electron pair withdrawal from the ring, only orthopara carbon atoms are being affected. In case of withdrawal of electron pair, pi electrons from the ring, orthopara carbon atoms are acquiring positive charge. Means electron density greater at metacarbon. That's why it is called meta-directing group. This is simple chemistry behind this. So this is going to combine by some reagents. 4 reactions are there: halogenation, sulfonation, nitration. Friedel-Crafts reaction is not that much important for this. You are not getting better product in that case. So one is halogenation. Halogenation means it is going to combine with bromine, Br2, in presence of halogen carrier, FeBr3. This can be combined with chlorine in presence of halogen carrier like FeCl3. FeCl3, its role is clear. This FeCl3, FeBr3, it joins with one more Br. It forms FeBr4 minus and releases Br positive. Bromonium ion is the name of this positive ion, Br positive. This Br positive is joining to the metacarbon because it has more electron density at this metacarbon. We are going to get meta compound. Yes, better. Yes, you are correct. The product is, here is COH and here is Br plus HBr. 3-bromobenzoic acid or meta-bromobenzoic acid. Directive influence should be clear. There should not be any doubt. This is going to combine with nitric acid, HONO2, and in presence of H2SO4, both are concentrate, and this is also concentrate. NO2 group is NO2 positive is coming out from HNO3 after protonation, and this NO2 positive joined to the metacarbon, just like Br positive joins at metacarbon, NO2 positive also joins at the metacarbon. We get nitrobenzoic acid, that is meta-nitrobenzoic acid, COH, and here is NO2 plus HBr. Okay, beta? And finally, sulfonation. Sulfonation means concentrate sulfuric acid, concentrate H2SO4, sulfuric acid. And here SO3H joins through the ring. Are you able to see that? Here is COOH and here is SO3H. And this SO3H is superseding all organic functional groups. That's why it becomes benzene sulfonic acid. It is not now benzoic acid. Then what is the name of this compound? 3-carboxy benzene sulfonic acid and H2O plus H2O. Here is, it is coming out H2O. No? Here is H2O. So this is the properties of a carboxylic acids. Okay, beta? These many properties, HVZ reaction, very useful, very examination point of view, very important, and very simple reaction. Alpha carbon must have hydrogen, and that hydrogen being replaced by that. And these reactions are quite easy. Okay. Some distinction test. Distinction test is not that much important pairs here. One pair is important, acetic acid and formic acid. How to distinguish? Distinction test. How to distinguish? The one pair is formic acid, and acetic acid. CH3COH and HCOH. Here is this is HCOH, formic acid, and this is CH3COH. So we are opting that particular reaction, that particular property, which so the color change, some color change is there. That's why that can be preferred. And this reaction, if we are allowed to combine with the blue litmus solution, in both the cases we are getting the same observation. If they are allowed to combine with the metals, we are getting hydrogen gas in both the cases. If you are allowed to combine with carbonate test, sodium carbonate and sodium bicarbonate, we are getting carbon dioxide. If you are allowed to combine with the alcohol, in both the cases we are going to get ester, fruity smell substance. Then there is some different test. This formic acid, HCOH, is going to form silver mirror test with Tollens reagent. Silver mirror test is applied, which is actually applied for aldehydes. Now this formic acid is also giving that test, that we have to remember. Formic acid combines with Tollens reagent Ag NH3 twice OH. This is the Tollens reagent. Twice of this is going to combine. Heat is required. Heating on water bath, controlled heat. It is going to form silver mirror Ag plus the another product is H2O, H2O plus CO2 plus NH3. Here it is silver mirror. Silver mirror. The test tube becomes silvery white. It is seen that from inside there is a silver coating, and it is happening like that. A smooth layer of a silver, that homogeneous silver layer, is formed inside the test tube. That's why it is called silver mirror test. Okay, beta? So these are the carboxylic acid. Remaining pairs, no difficulty. You can easily distinguish. Like how to distinguish benzoic acid and phenol. Benzoic acid, like this. One another pair I can take. Here is phenol and another is benzoic acid. Okay, both are acidic in nature. That's why they show as properties of acid. They combine with metals also to give hydrogen gas. Then how to distinguish? Phenol, there is unique test. That is reaction with ferric chloride. इसको ध्यान में रखिए आप. Anywhere if phenol is given or any group having any organic compound having OH as a phenolic group, that is going to perform ferric chloride test. Ferric chloride. This is not only the test, but this is the simplest test. Means when we are adding ferric chloride with both the solutions, both the compounds, and the compound which is going to give a colored complex, very nice color is obtained in this case. A colored complex, that compound is phenol. If phenolic OH is there, this is going to perform ferric chloride test. Then phenol can be distinguished, can be identified by ferric chloride test. One more test is there, Lieberman test, that is quite difficult. So multi-steps test. In that we are going to get a dye, colored dye in that particular test. So this ferric chloride test is the best one to identify phenol among the compounds. Okay, beta. So today time is not permitting us to discuss about phenol. Next day, certainly I will take. Varsha, yes, I will take, beta. All the questions which are doubtful of the phenol, I will take. Can we?
Okay, sir.
So thank you, beta. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Somil is also available here.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, beta. 1, 2, 3,
Thank you, sir.
6. 6 is not seen here. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 is not, 14, 15, 17. Yes, I'm saying your attendance. If anyone is missing, I will mark your presence. Okay, beta. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.